What's up, everybody? Sam Smyers here. Today I want to show you how to make the bass to Don't Worry Baby by Dolla and Tiga. And if you do want to grab the preset to this bass sound, you can find it in my Patreon. Now, before we get started today, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and please go ahead and give this video a like. There's 3 different variations of this bass that I want to show you. So here is the first one. That is the main layer. Then this saw wave layer comes in and it fades in with almost like a filter that is cutting off the top end. So it comes in a little bit like this.
Okay. Don't worry, baby. I'll hold your hand. Don't worry, baby.
Then you have this other variation of the bass that is more distorted that comes in during the breaks or the verses. It sounds a little bit like that. Let me play it with the rest of the track. Now you can do this with multiple layers. You could do 3 layers in there, but I was able to come up with a way to create this sound within one preset. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Now soloing that bass, let me just take off the kickstart. Those are my kickstart settings. And this is what the bass looks like. So I do have the Iconess kick wavetable. That is the main basis for the sound, very popular wavetable for tech house. So first of all, voicing is on mono. Here is my envelope 1. And then I am using this Iconess kick wavetable, which you just go into digital and then Iconess kick right there. Then I raised up this wavetable position to 80. And set the randomness to 0. And then here's my envelope 2, and the envelope 2 is assigned to the wavetable position. And I have the modulation at about 12%, and this gives the attack of each note a bit of this crunchiness sound. From there, I added on this ARP white sound, and this is for a noise layer level at 25%. Then let's just hear that real quick. Here is my envelope 2. Envelope 2 is assigned to the cutoff, so you just click and drag here. Assigned to the cutoff on an MGLO24 filter, and I am sending this to bus 1 because I am going to be adding multiple layers, so it's a lot easier to just send them to the buses so you can manipulate them individually. So what you have to do is, this is usually set to main, so you just, and it will say an M there. You just go down here and you select none, and then you raise up the bus send to 100%. Then within my bus, I added on this hard clip distortion, this downsample distortion, and then I just EQ'd a bit, gave it a boost around 130 hertz, and dipped some frequencies around 340 hertz. That is the main layer, the foundation of the bass. Now let's go on to the saw waves. So since I'm only using one oscillator A, I just added on this oscillator B that is going to be -2 octave. These are both -2 octave. This one is a saw wave, 8 voices of unison, 100 width level all the way up. This one, I didn't send it to the filter. I just sent it directly to bus 2. So I clicked in here and it was on main. So I just set it to none. And then raised up this bus 2 all the way. So it's going to come through bus 2. And I also did want some of the ARP white noise to come in with the saw waves that come in. So I wanted more of that noise to come through. So all I had to do after that was just raise up the bus 2 here to add in more of that noise coming in with the bus 2 with the saws. And then for the bus 2, I went into here, added in a lot of high end. And then this EQ here, I'm just using it to filter off that top end. So when it is all the way down here, I just took my macro knob and essentially just clicked and dragged it here to be able to automate this macro knob so that it says layer 2 filter. And I can just automate this. So it comes in like that. You could also do another macro knob that is just assigned to, let's say, this layer here on the bus 2. Let's say this filter is all the way up. if I raise up that macro knob, then it just turns the level all the way down. So you can play around with the level a bit. And I'll show you now on the third type, or the third variation of this bass. I am using a macro knob and assigning it to a bunch of layers. So let me just show you the MIDI real quick. So now I can hear that main layer, but you can also hear the saws in there, but the saws are quieter, and that main layer has a lot more distortion on it that I can as kick wavetable layer. So I created this macro knob here. You can see it says distorted, and that 6 means that it's assigned to 6 different things. If you right click, you can see all of the different things that it is assigned to. That's a way just to see what these macro knobs are assigned to. We can also go into your matrix and see all the different parameters that your macro knob is assigned to. So what I did, and also I'll just click on it. I assign it to my wavetable position, so it raises this up to look a bit more like that. It gives it more of a brighter sound when you raise up this wavetable knob. I'll just show you real quick. And then I opened up the cutoff, so I just clicked and dragged here, opened up the cutoff a bit. And then I went into my main, because bus 1 and bus 2 are sent through the main. I added on an EQ and added on this low cut, so it cuts off that low end. When you raise up this knob. And also to get more of that distortion, I need to add more drive. So I just assign this to the drive, click and drag it to the drive, and click and drag it to the mix on this hard clip. And also those saw wave, the saw wave layer is a lot quieter. It is also turned on, so you have to make sure that this knob is turned on. But I did want to lower the level of those saws. So I just went here, click and dragged it here, assign it to the level of this EQ. And now I was able to lower the level of those saws. So now you have like 3 different variations of the bass, actually 4 different variations, because now you can turn this layer off and just have a distorted layer like that. That is how you make the bass to Don't Worry Baby. If you do want to grab the preset, you can find it in my Patreon. Thank you so much for watching.